At Hunt Regional Healthcare, we are by your side. When times are good, we will be here for you. When times are difficult, we will stand with you. Why? Because you are our family, friends, and neighbors. That's why at Hunt Regional Healthcare, we continue to invest in services, specialties, and team members to provide the trusted care you've come to count on, so you can rest assured your loved ones will always receive the best quality care. Hunt Regional Healthcare, by your side.
Carol Hoops and Trey Warren at C&R Floors invite you to their new location for the same quality products, service, and installation they have provided for over 20 years. C&R Floors, 2706 Highway 69 South in Greenville.
Are you tired of those big chain tire dealers giving you the runaround? Are you not getting the customer service you deserve? If not, call me and I will wrench the competition. Come see us at Discount Wheel and Tire at 4609 Wesley in Greenville. Discount Wheel and Tire, and we will get you all that you deserve.
Welcome. See, you're not on there. Welcome to Coffee, Tea, Friendly, and Me. We are on again. We've been off for a couple weeks, right? I think one or two.
That's right.
1 or 2 weeks. There you are. You're back on.
It's been a little weird.
Now you're back on. We are having technical difficulties again, but we've recovered from most of the difficulties, and we're live again. Yay! Yay!
So just full disclosure, everybody. Friendly's left the area.
Yeah.
And so I've
Doesn't everybody know that?
Everything. I think so.
I thought everybody knew.
I don't know.
Anyway.
If you don't know, now you know.
Now you know. Yes. Well, I don't think we talked about it on Ctfm. We talked about it in there.
So I'm looking for producers. Anybody that wants to learn how to do YouTubing stuff. I will definitely
cool.
teach you, coach you, do whatever.
Is that your phone?
We're looking for.
Somebody's phone's beeping. Somebody's phone is beeping.
So we're here this morning, first of all, and foremost, to talk about the Texan.
The Texan. We're in the historic lobby studio. You can come visit us and hang out with us and find out why we laugh during commercials and when we're laughing when we come back on. So what's happening?
Yeah.
Day after tomorrow, we have Billy Bob Thornton.
No way.
Yeah. And $2.99. And you're going, but why? Well, that's because...
No. That's not expensive.
Well, it's not expensive for what you get.
It's Billy Bob Thornton.
Uh-huh.
It's dinner.
It's only 100 people. You're not in thousands of people. You're not in hundreds of people. You have 96 people in the room.
It's a living room setting. Just
sort of. Yes. You get to interact, and you're going to talk with him if you want. I mean, that's part of this. What do people pay for that sort of meet and greet thing? The front 10 rows.
Thousands of dollars.
Yeah, but they get it for $300.
Like for instance, if you were to book him for personal whatever, you're talking $10,000 per ticket for a living room setting. But you're offering it at
$300, $299. And we'll get dinner if you go to order tickets and you don't want steak. Usually ribeye, could be New York strips, but if you don't want that, just let us know in the comments. It says allergies or food concerns, but tell us you're gluten-free, tell us you will spit out the Brussels sprouts if you start to eat them. We will accommodate just about anything you put down.
Yeah, so if they need extra help getting to their seat, put that in the comments. If you need...
if you need the listen system. Now, this show's not going to be as loud as some. He said that when he came the second time, and the first time Billy Bob came, he's been 5 times, but the first time he came, he did this show, this acoustic show. They sat on stools. It was just them and playing guitars, singing, talking. And then the next year, I figured when I booked it again, I'm getting what I got before. Oh no. There were speakers as high, 17 feet as high on both sides. And I walked in and went, ah! And he said, last year, he said he felt like Black Sabbath in a church. And so he said he'd do this for me. This is the only, on this tour, this is the only place you can get this show.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And they're going to come and chit chat with their fans. I mean, this is for the fans.
So now it's going to be less.
Yeah, no speakers on this. My speakers will be the only speakers.
But more him.
More him.
Instead of
and he interacts. He comes and talks with the audience. Comes down off stage and very accessible.
I hear he's a great dude.
He is. He's really, really nice.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so what else we got?
Then we've got. Okay, I have to look because I forget. Oh, we have a special thing this month. You see the Chosen. We were showing the movie in cooperation with Wesley Methodist Church.
Okay.
Well, it happens the first Tuesday of every month. But you know what the first Tuesday of July happens to be?
July 4th.
The 4th. So they don't want to watch The Chosen on the 4th of July. Okay. So we backed it up to the week before. Okay. So we saw it yesterday.
Sure.
And we're going to see it again at the end of the month on the 27th.
And this is the show, right?
The TV show, the series. And I think we just started into the second season. They're doing the third season now, wherever they're doing it. But and it's the Joy class or the Joy group from Wesley Methodist, just older youth. These are people my age and older.
The older youth.
The older youth who get to go do fun things. They're mostly retired people, and they actually went to The Chosen, where they filmed The Chosen. And we're on set, saw how it was while working. It's only in Fort Worth, or just outside of Fort Worth.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so they do fun things like that. So not necessarily a plug for Wesley Methodist, but they have a coordinator who comes up with fun things for us seniors to do.
Who's the coordinator?
Kevin Banks.
Is it? Oh, that's right.
Yep, he went from tourism and GMA here, retired.
Right.
Now he does Wesley Methodist.
I think he retired from Disney too.
Yes, he retired from Disney before that. He's got lots of retires. He retired here, retired there. Now, we have Blood Brothers on the 17th. It's Saturday the 7th. Yeah, the Blood Brothers. They are, their names. No, they said, I don't know, didn't know anything about them. So it's another one of my experiments. The Billy Bob Thornton show is a full dinner, everything show. But a lot of people said, I just want music. I don't want food and alcohol, all that stuff. So we do these shows, you pay for the music. So it's $100, $99, pay for the music. And if you want to eat, you can go around to my concession stand, coffee shop, lobby, and order some food. I usually have dinner specials. You can still get steak. I'll usually have steak for special, if you want it. And BYOB, stop it, since we're wet now, you can stop at a liquor store, grab what you want, come here, and I don't charge $25 for Cokes so you can make your drink. I mean, some people do that. They charge, okay, you can get a setup for $25. So if you want to mix anything with your alcohol, you're going to pay like you bought alcohol. But I'm not doing that. It's a regular $2 per soda. Then, the really big coup. Lee Greenwood is on his final tour, nationwide tour. He's only doing 80 shows on this tour.
You gotta be excited about stuff like that.
He picked Greenville. He picked Greenville and not a venue in Dallas, because we're generally in a radius clause with Dallas. So he's not going to a Dallas place. He's not going to Billy Bob's where he can get thousands of people. He's coming here so that he can interact with his fans.
I love it.
And it's very exciting.
I love it. This atmosphere is second to none. Second to none.
Thank you.
They sang, Journey sang happy birthday to me. That's my biggest, that's like.
Not here though. I haven't had.
Not Journey. What was it? Now I'm drawing a blank.
What's Journey?
No, not Journey, but the other 80s band.
Had a lot of 80s bands. Little River Band, Sawyer Brown, The Village People.
No, I can't remember.
It's on the wall, I'm sure. Yeah. I could just keep listing all the fun bands we had. I know Quiet Riot did it.
No, it wasn't Quiet Riot.
You just keep saying no because you want me to list everybody.
City on Rock.
Oh, Starship.
Starship. Gosh. Why did I say Journey?
Uh,
Starship.
Starship.
No.
Which was Jefferson Starship, which was, and Starship. Awesome. I didn't know that. I think I was probably running around. Yeah, this didn't turn out as, I was wanting to enjoy music, but every time I bring music, I end up running all over the place and not getting to hear it. So that's pretty much all that I have listed. The only other one, and I don't know the date, two more. I've got Sean White, who's he started these experimental shows for me, but his partner that night is Tony Ramey.
Ooh.
Local.
Yeah.
Local. I mean,
But
Scott is poetry, which is almost local,
Right.
but Tony's here. Tony's local. So that should be a fun Saturday. And then Ryder Grimes, who played 2 weeks ago.
So good.
He's great. His birthday CD release
Really?
is in August.
Oh.
And so we're going to have a party.
Do you have any more shows at the GMA?
Yeah, I'm pretending like it's not mine, but
Sure.
the Exile is going to be there in 2 weeks, the 23rd. Yeah, Exile. I Want to Kiss You All Over.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the big song everybody knows. They have you'll notice when you listen to them, there are a lot of songs you'll know.
Yeah.
But that's the one that, oh yeah, I know that song. So, are we ready for a commercial? Hunt Regional Healthcare, and we'll switch and have Pud come and tell us. Her newsletter's this long. It has everything that's happening, and it's very, very exciting. Although I'm going to ask her about one of them. Yeah, I did. You'll know how much I read when I ask you the question. So Pud will come on. Hunt Regional Healthcare is our awesome sponsor, and Discount Wheel and Tire, Valvoline Express, where
Services
bottom line. Yeah, and yesterday was Ladies' Day, so we're going to have commercials, and then Pud will tell us all about what's happening.
The most amazing state-of-the-art Chevy dealership in Texas is now open. The all-new Platinum Chevrolet in Terrell.
And we'd like to personally invite you to come by and meet our team. Every day we drive the difference by providing incredible values and exceptional service. Shop and explore a huge selection of new Chevys across 14 acres, all specially priced. You'll find us just off Spur 557 in Terrell.
Drive the difference at the all-new Platinum Chevrolet.
Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Need a part for the right price? Look for that red and blue sign. Henley Auto Supply at 1510 Stonewall. Over 800,000 CarQuest parts to choose from. Domestic, European, and Asian parts. Henley Auto Supply at 903-455-1969. 455-1969. Henley Auto Supply has the right part to keep your vehicle running and backed by the best hometown service. Henley Auto Supply. Great people, great products, great prices. Henley Auto Supply and CarQuest.
You need someone who will take the time to understand your unique tax situation, someone who will help you plan for the future and knows the right questions to ask to get the most out of your return? If so, call D. Earl's Tax Service, where you'll be treated like family by our family. We have 2 convenient locations in Greenville and Quinlan to help you with all your tax, bookkeeping, and payroll needs. D. Earl's Tax Service, serving Hunt County for 40 years. Stop by and say hi to the family at D. Earl's Tax Service.
We've got Pud. Hey, Pud. Just so good to have you here. And we didn't, in our first segment, have our invocation.
That's true.
So, Gabe is going to come. Are you going to stay over there, or are you coming over here? You're staying over there. He's going to give us our invocation. So, we'll bow and...
Dearest Heavenly Father, we come before you today, glorifying you for who you are in our lives and what you do. And Lord God, we know that through all the storms and all the chaos, Lord God, we know that you are our Father in heaven that has everything in his plan. We thank you for these hosts. We thank you for the guest today. And Lord God, we thank you for the Texan and for our community, Lord God. We thank you that you've given us the opportunity to be a part of what is the best of Hunt County. And we thank you for all of this. And in Jesus' name, amen.
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 Yeah, it's interesting when his life is chaos. My life is sort of chaos. You know, my brother's been in the hospital.
Yes, I know that.
And so I was struck by the fact that we all are often, one or the other of us is almost always in something.
Yes.
You know, things happen to, life happens.
Mm-hmm.
Now, 3 years ago, it happened to all of us at the same time.
Yes.
So we didn't
That's
have,
an interesting way to look at it, yes.
we didn't have somebody else to kind of support us, because there's a lot of support when this happens. You can go, we can
Right.
rally around this one, we can rally around this one, because we don't necessarily have an issue right at the moment. And so we can have the energy, have the wherewithal. We can think about it, that they need us. But 3 years ago, everybody got hit at the same time.
True. However, I do think that what ended up happening was everybody rushed forward to support each other.
Yeah.
And
Eventually, it was a
know
bit
that
shocking.
I think there were a couple of weeks of shock there, and then as we all began to negotiate and figure our way through, navigate it,
Right.
not negotiate, navigate it. You know I emerged out of it with a group of friends that I became very close to and still am. My son and his wife live in Baltimore in a city, and they ended up having evenings where they would all get together in their back alley, because they all lived in row houses. And that group of people that live there, I don't think they'll ever move out of the neighborhood, because they became so close from that and became such good friends. So I think that that for many of us, we found some ways.
Right.
But and maybe because of that, now if you see someone stumble, maybe you rush forward a little
Right.
more to help.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I know one of the things that I would never have thought of, Franco, my friend, opera singer, he did a porch concert. Christmas, they sang Christmas carols. It was in Chicago. So high rise, everybody's in apartments. So they went out on the patio and sang into the courtyard.
How wonderful.
And people were on the balconies,
Yes.
clapping.
Yes.
And I think we got very creative. I think churches started reaching a group they'd never reached before.
Yes.
Because I don't like to go to new churches. I don't like crowds. I don't, all of these things. But one Sunday, I happened to be on Facebook when I woke up, and then my church was having church service. I attended church in bed, in my pajamas, without having all these other people around. See, I was happy for this bubble.
I understand.
Let's stay 6 feet
Right,
apart
yes, that was good for you.
And so I was like, wow, this is a great, but I don't think it had even risen to the level of let's pay attention to this group.
Yeah.
But we did suddenly have a new group of people.
I hope that when we can get far enough away from it and look back on it, that we will say, there were some good things.
Oh, I met Franco.
Yes.
I would have met. He would have been in an opera somewhere. He wouldn't have been touring with the Bad Boys of Opera, because he would have had a job.
Right.
And this was one of those lemonades. They came up with a way to still do what they do with their talents in a new form.
Exactly. And I think so. There was some interesting and good stuff.
Yeah, I think there was. And I did that partly because, now, not that Hood can't fill up the whole time.
Oh.
I read through, I don't even think I got just
it was
past the pint.
insane. I know.
There's a ton of stuff. That you get the newsletter, Housewarmers newsletter.
Right.
It tells everything up through the 4th of July.
And it is posted on the Friendlee Live. I made sure last night that I got it done.
Okay.
And it's posted on the Friendlee Live Facebook group page.
And it's on a lot
It's
of
on a lot of the groups. I make sure that, I'm a member of a number of groups. And for the first time, I actually also posted it on Nextdoor this time. I've never done that.
Yeah.
And I thought I'd see, if that reaches some other people. Because
Right.
the whole point of it is to reach as many people as I can. You can subscribe to it if you want, and the best way to do that is go to the Housewarmers of Greenville Facebook page or housewarmersgreenville.com.
And it's kind of cool.
And there's a sign-up page there.
And if you put your name on it, I'm guessing if you put blank, it might come Dear Blank. But it says, Dear Barbara, here's all the cool stuff happening.
That's exactly.
In this
I personalize
area.
every one of them. Yeah. I want it to be that way. I want you to feel like that we are, that this is a a two-way communication. And it's really neat how many people every month that get it then turn around and will reply to me and say, thank you so much. I'm so glad to get this, or I know how much work you put into it, because it's days.
Oh yeah, it has to be.
Of gathering, and then editing and writing and, picking and choosing. And
I think what happened, I know when I very first started working on this in 2010, working on this building.
Right.
Bought the building, started working on it. There was a lot of talk of, we need this. We need this. And I think each of us with our own venues,
right,
we're a bit overwhelmed. I mean, we need to focus on our own. So it's hard to come up with 50 bazillion, and I'm really not exaggerating.
Oh my God, no, I know you're not.
There is so much going on.
There is.
And I think we were overwhelmed as individuals trying to do our own thing and trying to come up with these and realizing it does take a lot of time.
Right. Yes.
And research and
it's worked out well. That it's a good fit, but for me with the housewarmers and all doing that. And so speaking of all this stuff, let's
jump in.
I want to start with the library.
They're amazing what they're doing these days.
It is so exciting.
Yeah.
And last Saturday they kicked off their summer reading program, and they did it with Touch a Truck and lots of other fun things. But they have got, and in fact I've put links to the June calendar and to the July calendar in my newsletter so that you can literally just go and look at it.
Well, because they add stuff.
They do, and so you go to the Facebook page and follow their Facebook page so that you're sure you get the updates on what they're adding.
Because these are like Comic-Con. It's like, but it's not at the library. The book review,
the book club is Books and Brew,
Books
and
and
that's
Brew.
at
That's so they can have the
that's
brew.
at the Ash and Rose. But let's just listen to some of these. They, because it's summer and the kids are out of school, they have got. Yesterday they had a bubble artist. Tomorrow they've got what they're calling library mini golf.
Oh, how fun!
And they say you're going to tee off in the stacks. Now they've kind of listed it as a performance, so I think that whether they've got some people coming in.
What time is that?
I've just got a list.
Okay.
That's all on those links in the newsletter. So I don't have specific times. I just wanted to get a list to give some people ideas of just
and
exactly.
it's behind the Super One.
Yes.
It's on Stonewall Street.
Right.
And all you see from the street, this has got to be the coolest building because I remember when it was built. It's a piano shape, but you can't see it from the ground.
Right.
And it's behind Super One, across the street, across Stonewall, is a street. And there's a sign that says Walworth Harrison Library.
Right, in J. Lou Park.
In J. Lou Park.
Right.
So you turn down this street, you don't know where you're going.
Right. And there's the library.
You can't
finally.
see it, and it's behind.
And then on beyond that is the splash pad.
Right.
And they're creating something else that's going to be fun. We'll talk about in a minute that I'm excited about. But anyway, okay, so library mini golf is tomorrow. On June 10th is the family puzzle tournament. That's a Saturday. June 15th, they've got John O'Brien, who is a magician. They've got a kids' day camp that is STEAM activities. June 17th, I think this sounds like fun. If you're a reader, it's called Bonding Over Books Speed Dating.
Oh my.
And it's an adult speed dating event. They want you to register so they kind of make sure they have enough balance on everything. But if you're somebody who likes to read, what a great way to meet somebody. And so they're doing that at the library. June 20th is Wildlife on the Move, which is an animal performance. June 16th is the Color Wars, which is for the teens and the tweens. And I think it's going to be like, of the powdered stuff like they use on the color races. I think they're probably doing that one outside. June 24th, this is an adult event that's a Roaring Twenties murder mystery.
Oh, fun.
I know. June 27th is the Dallas Zoo Animal Adventure.
And then here? They'll bring Dallas?
Yes, they're bringing the Dallas Zoo to the library.
Fun.
And then on June 30th is another Kids' Day camp, and it's called Obstacle Course. So that's all I can tell you about that. It's just that the title is Obstacle Course, but again, it sounds like fun. There's more details of each of these on their Facebook page. There's so much. I just wanted to put in a list of them.
Is it John?
Yes.
Hayden? He said when he was on a couple of months ago, he said his staff says, hey, would this be this? What do you think? And he goes, You go for it. So
yes.
he doesn't have to do everything.
No, he has just really brought an energy to the library that is so exciting. Yeah, and then next door to it, I know at the moment they're working, of course you've got the park and the splash pad, which is also fun, and the splash pads for the city are both open now. But
they're in at Grand Park.
Yeah, right. But they're in the process of sort of creating an area between the splash pad and the park, and that's where they're going to do the performance in a few weeks of Much Ado About Nothing. It'll be our first Shakespeare in the park.
Fun.
So that's coming up, and I'll talk about that a little bit more. But
is it kind of is it an amphitheater kind of, or is it just a flat area?
I think right now it's just a flat area, and it may stay that way. But
yeah, I was just curious because I know in Austin, the park turned into this. It's been 30, 40 years.
It's the same. It's the same with the Shakespeare in the Park in Dallas. This is the first one. I'm hoping.
It'll be fun.
I just think
we've got the group doing it.
Yes, exactly.
I was just talking about Harvey because this seat is empty, and I said it was a puka, and Gabe didn't know what I was talking about.
Oh, yeah.
I said it was Harvey. Harvey's puka.
Harvey's a puka. Right.
So
yes. Okay, and then I mentioned that the splash pads are open, and of course now that we're to summers, Splash Kingdom is also open. And
they got swim lessons too.
They do. They have swim lessons coming up, and this is a pairing with the Greenville Parks and Recreation.
I didn't read all about it, but I saw it.
The June swim lessons are already booked.
Right.
But the July ones, there's still some openings, and you can register through the City of Greenville Parks and Recreation page.
.fun.
Which is greenvilletx.fun, which I think is such a great name for it. And they've got all different levels, and it's all done in the mornings, on either Thursday morning or on Saturday morning. So if you work and you still want to do it, you still got that opportunity.
Is it all kids? Is it kids swimming?
It's kids. They've got preschool. It's 3 to 4 years, and they need a parent with that. Beginner, which is 5 to 11. Advanced beginner, which is also 5 to 11, but a little bit more. Intermediate, 5 to 11, and then teen, which is 12 to 15.
So they don't have adults that may not have learned.
No, they don't.
Just curious.
They don't have Adult Swim at the at
for
some point.
Lessons.
Right.
I was just wondering.
No,
it was one of those out there kind of things.
I understand. And then the City of Greenville is also, they've started their pop-up parks for the summer,
which is fun.
They do every Thursday morning. Mm-hmm. They go to a different park in the city, and they've got a special trailer that's just full of all kinds of fun and equipment and different things that they've got. And because of the heat, they're doing them in the mornings from 9 to 11. It's free, and they'll be doing it in June and July in order to cover all the city parks. And it's really surprising how many parks we actually have in the city.
I think that's what they said, 9, because when Parks and Recreation was on, it was 9 parks. I mean, when we were little, we had 1.
We 2.
Well, we eventually had 2.
Yeah, we had Grand Park, and then we had
Wright Park, but it didn't really get there until the 60s, 70s. I mean, it was when we were little. We had 1 park.
Yeah.
And now we've got neighborhood parks. They're not huge. They're not as big as.
Well, you wouldn't expect it. That's what's when but they're nice parks.
They're very nice parks.
Right.
And some of them,
my favorite, of course, the beautiful sports park.
My favorite park is, or at least listening to, I haven't been over there, is Austin. So it's sad that Austin School disappeared.
Yeah.
But they've made a handicap park.
They have.
And the pickleball courts.
And the pickleball courts. And it's shady, and it's a nice little park up that way. And then another one that I really like is the one that is out on 1570 out by
close to the Oaks.
Close to the Oaks Country Club, and that's got some soccer fields and some playgrounds and things out there.
Yeah.
So there's
by my house.
There's just a big variety of different parks and what they offer, and there's a good listing again on the city
on the
greenvilletx.fun. That where you can get a description. Some of them have pavilions you can reserve. You can actually also reserve the splash pads.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yes. So moving on. One that you were asking about which is tomorrow night, and of course we're playing it close, but I at least wanted to get it in there. Yeah, tomorrow night is Pints for Polio game night at the Ash and Rose, and this is being done by the Greenville Noon Rotary Club. Okay. And they're inviting different people to get together, a team of 5 people. So you can either do $20 a piece, or if you've got a service club that wants to do it, whatever. And I love the description. It's going to be a fun time playing silly games. And it's going to be, as they said, games of skill and chance, Nothing athletic, because everybody in these clubs is too old. But it's going to be things like Uno, Jenga, pool ball break, cornhole, team trivia, rock, paper, scissors. I mean,
cornhole at the Ashen?
I don't know how they're going to do it.
Okay.
I don't know.
Maybe it's table cornhole.
I don't. Could be that. They could be going to spread out some space. They could be going to take a couple of parking places out front of the sidewalk. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just on the list.
I think it might have been in your list that Landon's is doing it. Landon's is doing a game night.
They do a game night every Tuesday night.
Yeah, there's dominoes and Uno, whatever.
They have a whole chest, because we've been in there before. You have a whole big chest of games, and you just go look at it and see if there's something that looks like fun. It's really nice in the wintertime.
Yeah.
You know, when it's too cold. You know, right now, you know, if you can, you want to go out and enjoy the patio or something like that.
They won't let you take them on the patio?
Oh, you could, but I'm just saying, you know, in the wintertime, that's more of a gamey, stay inside and play games kind of thing.
With wine.
Yeah, of course, always with wine. Yes, exactly.
The alcohol it's the bars that are doing this, but I just saw it and I was like, wow, that people used to go to their houses. We go to our friend's house and play games. Now, but nobody seems to do that.
But so now you find places to meet, and I think they're very smart on that. And speaking of wineries, you know, we've got two others in the area that I just at least want to give a shout out to, because I've been to both, and they're both kind of fun, and you know, they each have a little bit different vibe from Landon's. And there is Cedar Hollow Winery. Okay. And it is on 380, literally on the way to Farmersville, literally at the Collin County line. Okay. When you see the sign that says Collin County, start looking, because there's a county road that goes to the south off that road, and you get down there about 500 yards and you can't miss the gates. And they've got a really nice outdoor area, and they do live entertainment every weekend. They serve a more extensive food menu than anybody else does. And they've got wines both that they make, and then they've got some wines that they have available that other wineries make. And it's just kind of a fun, different vibe. And then, of course, we have the brand new one, which is south and out by you. Right. That's off of the county road. For most people, if you say Bethel Road, it would be the easiest way to do it. That is the county road that runs parallel to 1570 and goes right behind the Oaks Golf Course. Right. So you get it if you can either go that way. The easiest way to probably do it is
stay on Wesley.
You can either stay on Wesley to Bethel Road. I think the easiest thing to do is turn on Old Mill Road off of 1570 or Jack Finney, and go down to the Bethel intersection, and then go to the left.
And it's right there.
And you can't. They've got big feather banners, so you can't miss it. Okay. And it's their big building is under construction, and I understand when that one's open that they're going to have a menu of barbecue and wood-fired pizzas and things like that. That's going to be really nice. The building looks beautiful, and it's based on an old barn that's part of an old family ranch.
Oh, fun.
But at the moment, they've got a metal building and a terrific patio that's got some really nice shady areas in it. Mm-hmm. And it's just a lot of fun to go out and sit outdoors and have some wine. And now, you know, I understand by the end of next week we're going to be, the forecast is calling for hundreds. It may not be quite as appealing then, but you know, hopefully they'll have.
Maybe they'll have misters or something that makes it be not so.
They very well may.
Terribly hot.
But it's just I've been to both of these places a couple of times, and they're both a lot of fun. And it's just something that's again a little bit different if you just want to go try something. Right. And so I highly recommend those. Cool. So back to the list.
Wait, one moment. Can we have a break?
Sure.
We'll go to commercials.
Okay.
Keep this paid for.
Then we got to do that.
We got to keep these people around.
That's absolutely right.
Thank you very much for our sponsors, and we will be back in just a moment to find out more of what's happening over the next 3 weeks.
Yes. Okay.
The recipe for great food is simple. Make it fresh. Wings to Go in Greenville, where every order is a custom order made with fresh ingredients. Wings to Go, 7818 Wesley Street in Greenville. Simply great wings.
We weren't laughing. Oh well, but we're smiling.
Yes, we are.
We have an amazing, busy. I challenge anybody to look at this list and say there's nothing going on.
That's right.
Because they go, there's nothing in this town, and I want to scream at them, even just what I have going on. Mm-hmm. That there's things happening.
Oh, there are.
And I have this tiny, maybe when I opened 8 years ago.
Yeah.
8.5 years ago, there was still stuff going on, but maybe not quite as much. But there's so much activity. There's so many people that are interested in doing something, and they find a place to do it and invite everybody else. So it's not just everybody who's library people in what I said, like Comic-Con or English Con or whatever. Everybody come dressed up at the library, speed dating at the library.
But you know,
I don't like books. I like horses. Well, we got horse stuff. We've got you've got water stuff. You got the water park. You've got and a lot of free stuff. I said Austin was so exciting because everything was free. But we've got a ton of free stuff.
We do. Well, and speaking of water, you've given me a good segue for the water park, because one of the other things that's going to be happening, and I love the fact that the city and Splash Kingdom are teaming up on some things. I mentioned the swim lessons earlier. This will be the second or third summer now that they've done movies by the pool.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I thought that would be a lot of fun.
It is fun. It's, you know, after 8 o'clock, on the nights of the event, which are Saturday, they're Friday nights. Admission is $5, and you get a free cup of popcorn. Mm-hmm. And what they do is they set up their big screen, like they use. It's the same one they use out in the parks when they do the food truck Fridays. But they set it up by the big wave pool, so you can hang out in the pool and watch a movie. And they're doing it on June 9th and the 23rd. And then they'll do it. They've got 2 events in July as well.
And they're kid-friendly movies. I saw
they're
the
Disney.
list.
They're all live action versions of the Disney movies. Cinderella's first, Aladdin, Mulan, and The Lion King. So you know,
Lion King is scary.
Yeah.
If it's that CG or the one that looks like real animals, that thing was.
Was
just close your eyes for when Mufasa dies.
Go into the water at that point.
Yeah,
there
go do something else when Mufasa dies.
Right. But you know, I think what they're doing with this is just really, really fun. And again, it's a creative way for families to be able to have something to do.
Right.
This is one of I am a huge fan of the planetarium over at Native Commerce. And one of the things they do in the summer that I think is great is every Wednesday in June and July, they offer matinees at 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock, and they're really designed to take the kids to. And every week they show a different one.
Right.
And
is it the same at 1 and 2 each week?
I don't know.
I was just wondering if you could stay for 2 hours or if you.
I don't know whether you possibly could. But anyway, the nice thing is that it's nice and cool in there, and it's dark, and they do all of these.
And if you've never been to a planetarium, they have really cool seats.
They do.
The whole atmosphere is
and they
not
still,
what you would expect.
They're still doing their Friday night shows, which are at 7 and 8:15. So you can still go do those as well. But this is just a daytime show that's really designed again for the kids. The list is on the whole schedule is on the planetarium's website.
It's not just the It's not the planetarium.
No,
thing.
They're
movies.
the movies that are
shown
projected on the dome.
Right. Which I've done that. Actually, I did it in Germany, and it was totally fascinating.
It is. Yeah.
We actually was a movie that was made for a planetarium, so the cool seat. On the screen, your seat turned into a pod and you got shot somewhere. So it was sort of like where you are but not.
Right.
And it was totally fascinating.
Oh, yeah. This is, that's what I said, I'm a big fan of it. And this is, you don't need to get tickets in advance for these Wednesday shows. Just go.
Or you can't, right? Isn't that what
that's
you said?
right. Yeah, it's walk up. And I think I want to say it's $5.
Yeah.
But it's a great price, for whatever. We're also coming up next week on Flag Day. And so there's a couple of events coming up that I just wanted to point out to people.
And the flags that are out and about, those are Rotary, aren't? No, yeah, they're Rotary. The morning Rotary.
There's two groups. There's two groups of flags.
Okay.
And I have information for the subscriptions for the Rotary flags in my newsletter.
Okay.
Because you can still get them, and they'll be happy to put one out. But the flags on the overpass are done by Tim and Aletha Cruz. So that's a completely different thing. And theirs is all done by donations. And if you want to, you can go to Greenville, Texas Flags, and I think that's the Facebook page, and you can find the information there. The Rotary is Greenville Daybreak Rotary flag program for that.
They meet here, and I handed them money and got my flag.
Yes. But for when you end up with the flags that are worn, some people realize and some don't that there is, in fact, a proper way to dispose of the flags. And it's not roll them up and throw them in the trash can. And so two things to point out. Number one, any time of the year, you can take your flag out to the museum. And on the front porch of the museum, you don't even have to go in, there is a bin that looks like one of those old newspaper dispensers when you used to go buy your newspaper.
Right.
And you can leave your flag in there, and they will take.
So the door will open.
The door opens, and you can drop your flag right there. And then they will
because it can't touch the ground.
They will keep those flags until time for one of the disposal ceremonies. And there's one coming up on June 10th at 10 a.m. at the Knights of Columbus Hall.
That's Saturday.
That's Saturday. And there's a number of different organizations that are going to be involved in that. There's Boy Scouts, VFW, American Legion, Knights of Columbus, and Cub Scouts, and so all of those people will be involved in this proper flag disposal ceremony. And it seems strange that you burn them, but you do, and you do it with great respect and everything. So you can, if you're wanting to attend and see, you can get your flags there, and if not, you just at least know that you can dispose of your flag there. Also then on Flag Day, which is the 14th, the Greenville Elks Lodge hosts the annual Flag Day ceremony at their place. And it starts at 5:45. And the important thing about that, and I don't think a lot of people realize this, is that on Flag Day, at 6 p.m., they have a national, what they call, pause for the pledge. And the idea is that at 6 p.m., wherever you are, you pause and recite the Pledge of Allegiance.
Nice.
So they will time this at 5:45, and then at 6 o'clock, everybody that's there will recite the pledge, and then you'll probably be done.
Yeah.
It's very short and sweet, but at least I think the point of, the fact that they're doing that is really wonderful.
Nice. Yeah.
Also coming up, the Dallas Symphony Orchestra has their final concert of the season this Saturday night, 7:30.
And we're not stopping the DSO stuff. Only the entertainment series.
That's correct.
As they said on there, we've got a lot more entertainment going on. We've got a lot of other people.
Now, it's my understanding that in the next year or two, the symphony is going to move under the purview of the GMA.
Oh, okay.
I heard that the other day from somebody as they're making these changes, since the symphony and the Greenville Entertainment Series organization share a same board. They're moving towards that. But the Dallas Symphony will still continue to come.
Right.
It may be a little bit different as far as how they sell the tickets or how they do that. But anyway, this is a summer popular classic, so it's going to be kind of a pop type thing, which will be a lot of fun for the DSO. if you have a subscription ticket, then you don't need to do anything. If you just want to go and enjoy amazing symphonic music, the tickets are $35 for adults and $10 for students.
Yeah.
And this is the DSO in Greenville loves to have kids. They really, really encourage that. So
yeah.
I think that's wonderful. And then, as you mentioned, the Greenville Entertainment Series, those tickets are on sale. And this is the last season for the Entertainment Series. 75 plus years.
Yep.
You know, that's been a wonderful, wonderful thing. And they've got a great show, a great season to go out on. And that's one of the things they've decided to do is they said, it doesn't serve the same purpose it did 40, 50,
well, yeah,
60,
we didn't have any.
No,
we weren't going to Dallas. We weren't as active as we were growing up.
Right.
We didn't. Well,
and so they came to us.
Yeah.
And the nice thing is they still are. It's just in your venue, and the GMA, after it was completely redone, is now a desirable venue for people. Right. And so, things have changed, I think, in a very positive way.
Right. We're not such a little tiny back town anymore.
No,
exactly. It's exciting, like all of this stuff going on.
Exactly. Also, just to mention, I've got a whole list in here of children's activities that I really tried in June to talk about that. There's day camp, and I'm just going to kind of do a quick little highlight of some of those. That
you don't have to go church to church, Bible school, Bible school, which is what I did.
Right. The Boys and Girls Club and Greenville Parks and Recreation have a series of summer camps that start next week that they're each one a week long. There's food science, there's everything messy, there's junior robotics, there's arts and crafts. So there's going to be all kinds of fun things with those. Do
you have to be a member of the Boys and Girls Club to do those?
No, you do not. You do not.
Are they paid? I mean, arts and crafts would have a bunch of stuff.
There's a $60 cost if you are a member of the Reese Davis Recreation Center. There's an $80 cost if you're not a member. So you can do it either way. For each week of camp.
Okay.
Yes, so for each session.
Okay.
So you've got that. The North Texas Children's Museum.
Which is another amazing.
It is. And they've got this whole new fossil dig exhibit over there. That's a lot of fun. And so they've got several activities that are planned around that for the summer. And they're actually on June 21st, they're going to host a fossil hunt at Ladonia.
Oh, wow.
At the big fossil park up there. So you meet at the museum, and then there's a charge, and you have to pre-register. So they know how many are going, but they've got someone that's going to lead the exhibit up there, and maybe the kids can go, and grown-ups too, I guess, but the kids can go, and maybe they'll get to come home with a shark's tooth or something fun. And
I've seen people that do that. They go up there all the time, and they come with tons of stuff.
Yes, exactly. And so they're doing it for the kids, which I think will be a lot of fun. The museum also has a day camp that'll be next month, but they're taking registration now. And that is called Camp Kilroy. And that one is one, every year they take a different era and they create activities at the camp around what the kids would have done in that era.
Oh, wow, how fun.
And so this year it's going to be kids in the World War II era.
I was going to say, Kilroy was World War II.
Yes, exactly. And so they're...
So what do you do with rationing and... there's a lot of things. Kids still played.
Exactly. They still played. But they may have improvised some toys. They may have done some things, different things like that. So they're going to teach the kids history, but doing it in a really, really neat way. And I just love Camp Kilroy for that reason. There's also sports camps. City of Greenville is offering some sports camps, and then Greenville ISD is also offering sports camps. And all of those are going to be coming up shortly. Yeah. So we'll have all those.
You can go to .fun and cityofgreenville.fun, find out all about those.
Yes, exactly. Something else I want to mention is a week from this Saturday, on Saturday, June 17th, Land and Winery and Uptown Forum are teaming up to prevent Champagne Chic, which is a fashion show and
at Landon's
petite brunch, and this will be at Landon's, and it's going to feature the clothes of Rebel Mary's and a new shop that is opening in Uptown Forum shortly. That's called Razzmatazz Boutique, and they're going to have wedding dresses and special event party type dresses, Mother of the Bride and all that, prom dresses and all that.
Does Lenore Cole have clothes, or do they have accessories?
So she's
accessorize everybody.
Yes.
And I don't know, when was the last time we had a fashion show?
Well, there've been several, but but as far as anything at Landon's, and they're working right now. They're on Runway. They're going to have a DJ for the music, and in fact, it's
vintage DJ
Vandango, and he's even talking about, since he's got some vintage clothes, he may put some in there. We're going to see. So, and then afterwards, everybody can go down to the different shops and shop. And there's kind of a shop hop thing, and if you...
But you've got to plan ahead, because you can't get tickets at the door.
That's right. You need to order them now. But you can go to Landon's Facebook page and get them.
Have to do it early.
Yes. And then you've also got coming up, it's the first Saturday in July will be the Barrel Room Tour time. And that's always fun.
That's on the 3rd. No,
yes.
Not the 3rd.
No, it's the 1st.
Yeah.
Yeah, July 1st. But go ahead and get your tickets, for that soon if you want to. But if they do it every other month on the first Saturday at 2 o'clock. If you've never done it, the Barrel Room Tour is an experience that is really a lot of fun.
And Bob likes to talk.
It
tells you
he's so. What he does is what you see when you go is his passion.
Yeah,
his passion
for it.
That's absolute passion.
I say he likes to talk, but it's not just likes to talk, because
No.
he loves this stuff and he
does.
knows a lot.
He does.
Because this is award-winning wine.
Right.
Greenville has amazing
wine.
world-renowned wine
absolutely.
here.
And we are spoiled. We may not realize it, but we are spoiled. Juneteenth is also this month.
Yeah.
And of course, this is going to be a big one because this is the first time it's a national holiday. And the Juneteenth festival, they're going to do it on the Saturday before, which is the 17th. And it'll be from 11 to 4 at Reese Davis Center. They're going to have all kinds of activities inside and outside. They'll have 2 GJs, a photo booth, food, and everything.
You can sign up to vote too.
There'll be a voter registration guide there, and they're encouraging anybody that wants to participate. There's contacts, as they're still putting a lot of that together. But anyway, I think, again, that's moving to Reese Davis, and the city is beginning to kind of fold some of those things in, which I think is wonderful. The police department also has Summer of Safety. The information for that is on my newsletter. There's the Teen Academy, there's hunter education classes. They're going to be doing a lot of other different activities. They're all part of that that are going to be coming up. The school board wants to hear from people. They're hosting a meeting, their regular school board meeting on Tuesday, June 20th at 5:30 at Greenville Middle School.
Did you go to high school there too?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But what they're going to be doing is they want to hear from the community. Obviously, we've had 2 bond packages fail. We have schools that desperately need to be replaced, and so they just kind of want to hear from the community about, so what do we do? And this is really important. This is important for our school district.
And it's interesting that, as somebody pointed out to me, having the meeting in one of these schools that desperately needs help. Well, because
there's a good reason for that.
We've gone to school there. Yeah. Obviously, look at us. We have gray hair.
Yeah.
And we went to school in this building.
Yeah, exactly. And it was not new then.
And it wasn't new.
Right. Exactly.
So it's been around a while.
That's right.
And needs help.
Yes, it does. Yes, absolutely does.
It did get air conditioning, though.
Yes, it did. Okay, I mentioned Greenville Theater Works. Mm-hmm. They're starting first off with their auditions for Xanadu are coming up.
That's in the fall, right?
That's going to be in the fall, but they're having the auditions in a couple of weeks. And then, of course, the Shakespeare in the Park, which Much Ado About Nothing, I think is going to be so much fun.
Which
and that's
is also, as I understand it, a modernization of Much Ado About Nothing.
A setting. I think that it's still going to be Shakespearean language, but the costumes and the setting are going to be appropriate for where they're doing it. Right. I mean, that's what I think a lot of it is.
Which reminds me, what we haven't put on there because I don't advertise it very well, is the opera here at noon on Saturdays.
Yes,
every Saturday.
And I didn't see anything on your schedule, and so I wasn't sure whether you were doing it in the summer or not.
Yeah, this next Saturday, day after tomorrow, is the Hours. So it's in English, and it's the opera version of that movie,
right?
In the book.
Oh wow!
And and it's done by the Met, which is amazing. Yes, singers,
right?
Whatever.
Right.
And I'm always impressed by how much stage gets on my screen on my stage. I have this stage, and even over there at the GMA, are small relatively. Compared to other places, and the Met probably has the biggest stage.
No kidding.
And on my screen were probably 300 people on my stage now, because it's squished into my. But I was just like, wow, that's a huge stage.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Do we have a couple of highlights? We're almost out of time.
Right. So, yeah, what I want to talk, just a couple of things, July 1st, because I won't be back before then. The Charlotte Turner Car Show, which benefits CASA, is Saturday, July 1st, and that's becoming an annual event. This is the third one, and it's a big car show out on the parking lot of the Alliance Bank.
Okay.
That's lots of fun. I want to point out a couple of things. Of course, July 4th coming up.
Bottle rocket match.
But before that, you've got the Firecracker 5K and Fun Run, and you've got the Park Street Parade.
Oh, yes.
Which is wonderful. Now, I have a note in here, and I've confirmed it now twice from several different people. Kavanaugh is undergoing some transitions at the moment, and they are not sure they're going to be able to have the staff or anything to be able to do the event. So right now, I know the Herald Banner has had it in there twice that the event will be at Kavanaugh. I talked to people from Kavanaugh last night before I hit send and heard from 2 different people, and they said they're having a meeting tonight or tomorrow and they'll figure it out then.
Gotcha.
So I'll have it for sure in my next newsletter.
Okay.
And then the Bottle Rocket Bash that evening, which of course is wonderful.
And that's at the sports park.
That's at the sports park. So all the details for all of that and so much more. I don't know if you could see my thumb going past that one, past that one, past that one.
It's a ton of stuff, and I read about half of it last night.
Exactly. So there's plenty of things in here. Get my newsletter and find out what's going on.
Well, thank you for coming and telling us
about
everything.
Yes.
And tolerating my questions all along the way.
You did great.
Because, well, I'm thinking of all these new people we have moving in.
Exactly.
And a lot of this, as I mentioned, we went to the high school here. We've been here.
Yeah.
And we can say the new park, and you know exactly what I'm talking about,
yes.
which isn't new anymore.
No.
It's way not new.
40 years ago.
And so these sorts of things.
Right. It's like saying, go down to the green building and take a left. You know, the green building is now red. It hasn't been green in 40 years.
Yeah, but we know where we're going.
Right, exactly.
So I want to make sure other people know.
Exactly.
Also.
No, I know. That's great.
So thank you all very much for hanging with us. As all of our changes are happening.
Right, exactly.
And the lots are happening. We have, who is it that just walked by that is going to be in there? Do we know who's on our show today? We don't know, but we do. We have music at noon. We have a live show.
I have the list in my newsletter.
I saw it, but I don't remember it.
Well, let me see.
We do have it. You can, and procedure, while you're looking for who it is, procedure, you come in. I have a new entrance to the lobby because I bought the building next door. It used to be O'Neill's, but if you go over to where O'Neill's was, actually it's Narramore's, but the door is at Narramore's. Right. But you come in that way and come across the old lobby, and you can go straight into the theater, but pick up your tea. You get free tea at lunchtime, and you can order food if you would like, and we will deliver it. You don't have to stand at the counter and wait and miss the show. Just go order, go to the show, take your number with you. So don't forget to pick up your number and go into the theater to see
Miley Henderson.
Miley Henderson.
There you go.
And at noon, and the show is free.
There you go.
So just come have a good time, meet people, hang out. So thank y'all very much. We're changing that up too. I'll talk to her. I'm going to meet her and find out all about her. So you'll find out all about her. So thank y'all very much, and we will see you next week.